Bojoin din away magana dog. Me no gish gat. It's been a while since I've made a video. I was on the way to doing a 21-day practice of giving and receiving grace. And I got hung up about day 6. I kind of went into my own little Mercury retrograde, even though it wasn't Mercury retrograde for me. But yeah, just went into a space where I didn't have the words to say about a grace practice anymore, and got very overwhelmed by my own personal growth and my own challenges with practicing grace, and also a little bit of imposter syndrome, like, who the fuck am I to be telling anybody else about giving and receiving grace in these times, in these very challenging times, and wanting to scream at the top of my lungs about the injustices that I see going on, and understanding how in the small ways I am also complicit in the injustices, even though I'm not directly responsible for it. And all of that has just kind of taken the wind out of me. But what and also a little change to my structure, I was hoping to include a bit more of the punk ethos into my analysis of this particular topic, realizing also that it is almost impossible to put anything on the internet about grace and not have it be tied to a religion I do not wish to be attached to at this moment in my life or ever going forward, because nothing that I want to talk to you about that has to do with grace is attached to religion. The only way it's attached is when we talk about religious icons, but I'm not about anything having to do with that life. So I've been trying to conceive different ways to phrase language, to phrase approaches, so that I don't get tagged into these FYPs that have absolutely nothing to do with what I'm trying to talk to you about. So that's been a bit of a mind fuck for me as well. At the end of the day, my YouTube page is titled The Twilight Zone. So I think what I have to do before I start talking any more about grace is I have to start adding videos where I talk about things other than that. So maybe more of the 7 grandfather conversations, maybe more of conversations about my spiritual journey and what I'm trying to learn. Full disclosure, I am a very woo-woo person, and I have recently come out of my 2nd Saturn return. So I'm trying to put language and feelings and vibes around what are the things that I have learned during this last Saturn return, and how am I going to implement those. I've been doing a lot of following of other people who live on the Woo Woo channel. One of my favorite is Devon Serpent Tarot. Shout out to those guys for the messages that get carried through in those readings. I think Paul has done a fantastic job of bringing those messages that float on the ethers into this world, and many of them have landed for me, so I'm really grateful for that. But taking that information, my own intuition, my own knowledge, my own work, and trying to figure out what's in this next phase for me. Absolutely believing that I'm coming into the 3rd maybe fourth quarter of my life, hopefully the third, and trying to figure out how to run that information through my cells, through my spirit, through my hands and my mouth into the world. Like, how do you bring that forward? But I've got to know it myself, first of all, to begin with. And that's something that I'm not really great about. I'm still figuring it out. All that's to say that I feel like I'm coming out of my own personal little Mercury retrograde. And I'm going to also be going through the breakthrough course that Chani offers on her app. I've been kind of hesitant to start it, knowing that I have had some discipline problems in the last couple of months, but I feel strong now. I feel like I have some tools together to help me do that. So anyway, all that's to say, I have not gone anywhere, but you're going to probably start seeing different types of content here, and hopefully I can get back to talking about grace without triggering unwanted algorithms. So if you are still here and are happy to go along on that journey with me, please subscribe if you haven't. Like this video, let me know that it resonated with you. I think we're all going through some really challenging times right now. Yeah, maybe I'll see you along the road somewhere. So, Bama Peace, see you again. Take very good care.